They stabbed you in the back. They broke your trust. And today, we re-answering the question. Let that sink in. Here's the letter again, not publicly. That would be obvious manipulation. Privately, in his own mind, he genuinely thanked them for showing him who they really were. Marcus Aurelius realized that emotional and mental strength work the exact same way. You're actually becoming stronger, calmer, and more focused. So the next time someone hurts you, remember this. They've just enrolled you in the most advanced training program available. They've just given you access to strength and resilience. Most people never develop because they never face real challenges. They think they're your enemy, but they're actually your unwitting coach. And the strongest revenge isn't making them pay. It's making them irrelevant while you become unstoppable. Don't let their negativity define you or hold you back. Rise above it. Excel in spite of it. Instead of reacting to their negativity with more negativity, you're choosing the high road. You're choosing wisdom over hate, understanding over judgment, and forgiveness over resentment. And this is where the true power lies. It's not in the pain they caused you, but in the strength you've gained by rising above it. It's not in their petty attempts to hold you back, but in your relentless pursuit of growth and excellence. Remember, they may have attempted to wound you, but you're the one who gets to decide whether you bleed, and let your success be the ultimate revenge. This isn't about holding grudges or seeking petty vengeance. It's about transcending the limitations others try to impose on you. It's about proving them wrong, not with anger or resentment, but with excellence and grace. They threw their best shot at you. How do you go from feeling hurt to embracing the pain as fuel? What psychological, emotional, or situational factors were at play? More often than not, you'll find that their behavior stems from their own insecurities, fears, jealousies, or limitations. They're not as powerful as they appear. They're not as successful as they claim. Their actions are simply desperate attempts to compensate for their own shortcomings. Well, here's what I want you to do. Every challenge, every obstacle is an opportunity for growth. Every setback is a chance to learn and adapt. Every enemy is a stepping stone on your path to greatness. Begin to see the hidden gifts within the pain. Start viewing the betrayal, the jealousy, and the hate as fuel for your journey. First, I want you to identify the people who have recently hurt you, lied to you, betrayed you, or tried to hold you back. It can be anyone from a toxic family member to a manipulative friend to a jealous coworker. Make a list of these individuals and write down exactly what they did to cause you pain. This isn't about dwelling on the negative, it's about acknowledging reality. Pain exists. Betrayal exists. The first step to mastering your emotions is to stop resisting reality and start accepting it. And instead of destroying you, they accidentally upgraded you. Imagine how psychologically crushing it is for someone who betrayed you to see you 6 months later, more successful, more confident, and completely unaffected by their attack. They realized they didn't hurt you, they helped you, and that realization destroys them far more effectively than any direct revenge ever could. The bigger the betrayal, the more powerful you can become, but only if you approach it correctly. When someone stabs you in the back, instead of seeing yourself as a victim, you start seeing yourself as an athlete in training. That pain, it's your resistance training. That betrayal, it's your advanced level workout. That humiliation, it's your graduate level course in resilience. But why would the most powerful man in the world thank his enemies? The answer reveals the most psychologically advanced revenge strategy ever developed. He realized that the person who can remain unshaken by external attacks, who can actually use those attacks as fuel for growth, becomes absolutely unstoppable. But this wasn't just positive thinking. This was strategic psychological conditioning. My entire empire is threatened by our enemies, yet I am calm. They plot day and night to take my life, but I sleep soundly. They expect one of two reactions. Either you crumble and give them the satisfaction of seeing you broken, or you'll fight back and engage in their game, bringing yourself down to their level. Both reactions give them exactly what they want. Proof that they affected you. Proof that they have power over you. But Marcus Aurelius discovered a third option that completely destroys this dynamic. He realized that the person who can remain unshaken by external attacks, who can actually use those attacks as fuel for growth, becomes absolutely unstoppable. But this wasn't just positive thinking. This was strategic psychological conditioning. So how can you sleep soundly while your enemies are plotting against you? One word: perspective. Marcus Aurelius understood that the true source of power comes not from the absence of opposition, but from what you choose to do about the opposition. The greater the obstacle, the more brilliant the strategy. In fact, he said, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. And that's exactly what he did. How do you use the perfect revenge strategy according to Marcus Aurelius? But before we get into that, I want to hear from you, turning their hostility into his advantage. But how? First, let's set the stage. You see, most people think revenge means getting even, screaming, fighting back, or plotting some elaborate scheme to hurt whoever hurt them. But Marcus Aurelius discovered something far more brutal and effective. He realized that when someone hurts you, they've given you the greatest gift possible. They've revealed their weakness while simultaneously handing you the keys to ultimate power. This isn't just philosophy. This is psychological warfare at the highest level. But here's what most people miss about this ancient strategy. It requires you to do something that feels completely counterintuitive in the moment of pain. What situation are you facing right now where someone has betrayed you, lied to you, hurt you, and you're trying to figure out the best way to respond? Write it in the comments below. Maybe it's a coworker who stabbed you in the back at work. Maybe it's a friend who two-faced you. Or maybe it's a romantic partner who cheated. Whatever the situation, write it in the comments. Then read this letter that Marcus Aurelius wrote. They left you bleeding emotionally while they walked away like nothing happened. But what if I told you that this moment, this exact moment of betrayal and pain, is actually the most powerful position you could ever be in? Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful emperor in human history, faced assassins, betrayers, and enemies who wanted him dead. Yet he developed a revenge strategy so psychologically devastating that it's still destroying people as enemies 2,000 years later. And the best part? Your enemies will never see it coming until it's too late. I'm your coach. My entire empire is threatened by our enemies. Yet I am calm. They plot day and night to take my life, but I sleep soundly. He turned his so-called enemies into allies. You must thank them. You see, when someone stabs you in the back, think of it like this. If you want to build physical muscle, you need resistance. The heavier the weight, the stronger you become. But here's the truly devastating part for your enemies. While they expecting you to be broken or angry. This is why Marcus Aurelius's method is so much more devastating than traditional revenge. Traditional revenge is a one-time event. This is a lifetime of victory. That's the Marcus Aurelius way. That's Stoic revenge at its finest. But what does this look like in practice? Next, I want you to analyze their actions from a detached perspective. Why did they do what they did? Then I want you to reframe their actions as tests. Finally, I want you to commit to living well in spite of their actions. In essence, you're turning the tables on your enemies.